then I don't really understand like how y'all feel about it, or I don't not understand. I don't give. It is what it is.
So you feel like if you two fight, there's no way y'all can be friends after that?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you gotta realize when you fighting, you don't know what can happen in a boxing ring. At the end of the day, I could kill him, he could kill me with the right shot. This is what like we fucking barbarians when we in that. It's a million people around the ring just sitting there watching, but at the end of the day, that's the real truth of the situation. So if I hit him accidentally in the back of the head, let's say, in the fight, and he don't make it out to see his family, you know, that shit will be on my conscience. Like, that shit wouldn't even sit right with me. Like,
we unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live, Boxingego Unpacked. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. My goodness, Shakur Stevenson is at it again. When will it end? Shakur continues to let it be known that he's not fighting Keyshawn Davis. In this video, I'm going to talk about that. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Shakur. I don't even know where to begin. Shakur did a brand new interview with The Art of Dialogue. I will link to it in the description. And he's addressing receiving fan backlash for not fighting Keyshawn Davis because they're besties, they're close friends, and he doesn't want to cross that boundary of friendship because it will forever change their relationship, and he couldn't bear for that to happen. Roll the clip.
Yeah, I've been seeing that online. People coming at you for saying that you won't fight Keyshawn.
I just don't understand it. Like, I get how you feel when you don't know somebody's relationship with somebody, but if this is my brother, my right hand man that I look at, why am I putting on the show in front of y'all people? What am I?
Shakur is not a good speaker. He needs to work on that. He just said, I don't understand it. And then he just said, I get it. You got this new generation. They got to think about what they want to say on the microphone. And I'm qualified to talk that because I've been talking this talk for over 12 years straight, 18,000 plus videos. I make my coin speaking into a mic. I don't regret nothing I said. I don't delete no videos. I don't have to walk it back. You just said, I don't get it. Why do people blah, blah, blah? And then you're like, I do get it. Listen.
Yeah, I've been seeing that online. People coming at you for saying that you won't fight Keyshawn.
I just don't understand it. Like, I get how you feel when you don't know somebody's relationship with somebody, but if this is my brother, my right hand man that I look at, why am I putting on the show in front of y'all people? What am I fighting my brother for in front of the world? And that could fuck up our relationship because at the end of the day, I'm competitive as fuck. He's competitive as fuck. It gotta be a winner, it gotta be a loser. I don't plan on letting no nigga beat me. I don't care who it is. So at the end of the day, that will come in between me and his relationship. I don't give a fuck how anybody else feel about it, but I know for a fact, like, that will make us have a certain relationship that we don't have now. So unless motherfuckers giving us 500 million or some crazy shit that's going like,
hey, yo, Dre, stop the beat a minute. I got something to say. Dre, I want to tell you this ish right now. Why this weed is in, bro. This man said, unless somebody is going to bag us up and give us 500 million, that'll change our kids and future kids. 500 million, Brody.
that will make us have a certain relationship that we don't have now. So unless motherfuckers giving us 500 million or some crazy shit that's going to like feed our families for the entire rest of our lives and our generation to come after that, then I don't really understand like how y'all feel about it. Or I don't not understand, I don't give a fuck. It is what it is.
So you feel like if you
Once again, Shakur got to work on his interview skills. N-word this, N-word this. I don't give a F. I don't give a F. Like, bro, have some couth to what you're doing, bro. Like, and I get it, because y'all know me. I'm not a prude where I don't cuss or, you know, Bible thumper or something. I'm not even a deeply religious person. I have beliefs, but I let people be who they are. But at the same time, like, when you're in the public eye, you have to have, like, you know what I mean, have a switch. And then, man, just be cussing. And I feel like what people don't understand is when you formulate all of your sentences and your syntax and your structure of what you're saying, and you use a lot of him, F this, F that, bit, you know, Phil, Florida, Phil. That's a lot of filler stuff. And for me, it means that you don't really know what to say or how to say it. So you have to rely. Like, I don't have a problem cussing, but I can have an hour-long speech without saying one cuss word. I can write a rap right now. Y'all know I rap. I can write a rap. I cuss in my raps. But if I was on a Will Smith song or something and it was for a movie, Finding Nemo 3 or something, I could write a rap about fishes and Nemo and Finding Dory without cussing. And I feel like once you master that, you become unstoppable, because anybody can tolerate what you're saying. Shakur, he just like, man, I don't get it. I mean, I do get it, but I don't give a Just a little side note that I've noticed about Shakur. We'll keep it going, and then I'll cook after this.
two fight, it's no way y'all can be friends after that.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of it is what it is.
So you feel like if you two fight, it's no way y'all can be friends after that.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you gotta realize when you fighting, you don't know what can happen in a boxing ring. At the end of the day, I could kill him, he could kill me with the right shot. This is what, like, we fucking barbarians when we in that bitch.
Bro, he doing way too much. Like, what he's saying from a technical perspective is true. You can lose your life in the sport. We barbarians. But come on, bro. You don't even fight in that fashion to barbarically slaughter anybody. Like, you fought about as gritty and non-traditional for your style in your last fight with William Zepeda. You never even dropped him. If anything, he knocked you into the ropes. The ropes kind of kept you up. So he kind of knocked you down, if anything. And now you're talking about, if I fight Keyshawn, you know, you making it like Conan the Barbarian. Yeah, you killed my mother. Like, you like Conan the Destroyer. Like, it's so primitive when you get in the ring and competitive that it's going to be some Roman gladiator stuff. To me, I feel like you're doing a lot. You're doing a lot right here.
Kill me with the right shot. This is what, like, we fucking barbarians when we in that bitch. It's a million people around the ring just sitting there watching, but at the end of the day, that's the real.
You've never had a fight with a million people around the ring. I don't even think you had a fight with a million people watching, like, at home, but, you know, go off.
Then I don't really understand, like, how y'all feel about it. Or I don't not understand. I don't give a fuck. It is what it is.
So you feel like if you two fight, it's no way y'all can be friends after that.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you gotta realize when you fighting, you don't know what can happen in a boxing ring. At the end of the day, I could kill him, he could kill me with the right shot. This is what, like, we fucking barbarians when we in that bitch. It's a million people around the ring just sitting there watching, but at the end of the day, that's the real truth of the situation. So if I hit him accidental in the back of the head, let's say, in the fight, motherfucking, he don't make it out to see his family, you know, that shit will be on my conscience. Like, that shit wouldn't even sit right with me. Like, I just did that to my brother, like my real blood brother, over some money, over me getting paid and I'm good for the rest of my life. That's a selfish way of thinking. I don't think that way.
Pack your man up. Bro, I am so elite at my job. I could chop this man up, pause, in little tiny pieces. Like really tiny. I'm gonna give it to you how you want it. Bro, what are you talking about, bro? Now, again, yes, you can mortally wound somebody, it's boxing. But if you have all that on your conscience, because that can happen no matter what. No matter if you fought Zepeda, you can claim his life. If you fought Tank or whoever else. If that's the route you want to go, right, then you can take anybody's life, even though your style is not like that, your power is not really set up like that. But from a technical perspective, you can take anybody's life. So it's like, come on, bro. And he's like, I couldn't bear to have that on my conscience. Like, that's one. So let me keep going. If y'all want me to go off, y'all can let me know in the comment section how I did.
But at the end of the day, that's the real truth of the situation. So if I hit him accidental in the back of the head, let's say, in the fight, motherfucking, he don't make it out to see his family, you know, that shit will be on my conscience. Like, that shit wouldn't even sit right with me. Like,
okay, so now he's saying, if I fight Keyshawn in a real fight or whatever, and I mortally wound him, basically, then I couldn't live with the fact that I clapped up my brother. This is what he's saying, y'all. I can't live with the fact that I clapped up my brother for a paycheck and it played out like that. And that would be, for me, I couldn't live with that. So here's the skinny of it, mate. You just sparred with this man. Literally. I'm showing you on the screen. This was less than a week ago, 6 days ago. You see that? Boom. You just sparred with this man. Now, I understand boxing. I understand how the game works. I've been at many elite level sparring sessions with some of your favorite people. And guess what? They get intense. And I understand there's precautions with the headgear and the bigger gloves to try to prevent X, Y, and Z happening. But it's still sparring. You can give someone CTE from constant sparring or whatever. So you're able to spar him, but you won't do it in front of the public. You know what I mean? So I'm not really buying that. Is like, oh man, if I hit him with this punch, then he may never be the same. And then, like, if that's the case, who have you ever hit to the point where they were like never the same person because they fought Shakur Stevenson? You see what I'm saying? That's, to me, that's a bit of a stretch. The other issue, I mean, I got so many issues. Other issue for me is Shakur need a PR person ASAP to prevent this. And I know the Inshakurs, they're going to be like, oh, but Ego, he was asked the question and he just answered the question. But he's already been asked this question multiple times and time again, and he's already spoke to it. So I also feel like it's to the point where, as a man, I'm telling you how I work. I can't tell you how these youngins work, these YNs work. But I'm telling you, me, as a man, if I make a decision and I am comfortable in the decision I made, or I have my own personal reasons, for me, I don't feel the need to validate or justify my decision to anybody. So if I do take the time in an interview to elaborate why I specifically refuse to fight, in this case, refuse to fight my friend, if I've already done it, I'm not going to keep doing these interviews and keep answering the same question. So that's what I'm saying. He needs a PR person. If you've made up in your mind that you're pretty much not fighting him, because no one wants to see you fight Keyshawn to the point where you both get $500 million a piece. That just sounds it sounds ridiculous, bro. So yeah, it's not that serious. No one, Turkey included, ain't nobody paying for those two styles. Neither one of you are pay-per-view draws. Neither one of you been on pay-per-view. Half the time you're not a main event. Keyshawn hurt his career and got put on ice for him and his brother going in old boy's locker room, Nair Albright, and trying to rough him up because he beat the brother. And you miss out on a Virginia fight where you're from, a hometown fight, because you missed weight. So Keyshawn's not even in a good position per se, to the point where no one's paying you that, bro. No one's paying you guys $500 million a piece, $1 billion for y'all to fight. It just sounds ridiculous. So at that point, you're pretty much saying you're not going to fight him, which you've already said in past interviews. So you might as well just keep it short and simple. Be like, I've already explained this. I'm not fighting him. He my friend. You know what I mean? And then at least you shorten the conversation. But this is why, bro, Shakur need to pay me. I have his image looking a lot better than this, right? Because the fact that you've already made your mind up, he's your bro, you're not fighting him. The fact that you keep trying to explain it and the stuff you say is just getting you caught up and making you look worse by saying it. So for me, even if somebody were to ask the question, I would just drop it. I would just be like, I'm not fighting him. He's my boy. But the fact that Shakur is trying to like articulate why he wouldn't fight Keyshawn, I truly believe it keeps looking worse and worse because he just starts saying ridiculous stuff.
Really understand like how y'all feel about it, or I don't give a fuck. It is what it is.
If you don't give a F, then why you keep answering the question, and then why don't you just be like, I already answered that, I'm not fighting him.
With the right shot, this is what, like, we fucking barbarians when we in that bitch. In the back of the head, let's say in the fight, motherfucking, he don't make it out to see his family. You know, that shit will be on my conscience. Like, that shit wouldn't even sit right with me. Like, I just did that to my brother, like my real blood brother, over some money.
Boom. You know you done effed up. Boxingego is on the case. Listen what he said again.
Like, that shit wouldn't even sit right with me. Like, I just did that to my brother, like my real blood brother, right with me. Like, I just did that to my brother, like my real blood brother, right with me. Like, I just did that to my brother, like my real blood, right with me. Like, I just did that to my brother, like my real blood, right with me. Like, I just did that to my brother, like my real blood brother. I just did that to my brother, like my real blood brother.
Bro, get this man off the mic. How the is this dude your blood brother? Your last name is Stevenson. His last name is Davis. The group he's in is called DB3, not DB4. So do you understand what the word blood brother means? He's like, I just did this to my brother, my blood brother. That's like when, it reminds me of back in the day when B2K first came out and they were saying that Omarion and Marcus Houston were blood brothers, and come to find out they're not. One's name is Granberry and one's name is Houston, right? Y'all are not brothers. You could be friends and all that, but you're not. How you gonna say the man's your blood brother when you have no like actual connection to him?
Be on my conscience, like that shit wouldn't even sit right with me. Like, I just did that to my brother, like my real blood brother, over some money.
Wow. Again, this is what I'm saying. You were just better off being like, I'm not fighting him. I've already told y'all, deal with it. But the more you try to elaborate, you're just cooking yourself because you keep talking. I told y'all the most dangerous thing is a camera, a microphone, and that Wi-Fi signal. And these Gen Z fighters, they gonna get enough because guess what? Every video I put out about Shakur, there's not been one rebuttal. He probably sees it and other people probably see it or whatever. They can't compete with the truth. So when I'm saying these things, like, for example, look at how much Shakur is on Twitter. All right. Look at how much the man be on like Twitter and responding to people. And you would think that a person of my stature with my size impressions, my size channel, right? You would think that if I was lying on this man's name with deliberate, bold, bald-faced lies, and I was not making any sense, you probably would have heard a response by now, right? Like when I posted them videos of Shakur previously saying he don't want no rehydration clause because that's weak, pretty much. And Tank's weak for weight draining Ryan, only to now be on Ariel Helwani and on these podcasts talking about I'll fight Conor Benn at 47 with a rehydration clause. Give me Devin Haney at 147, but will he take a rehydration clause? The same rehydration clause that you try to clown Tank for and said was weak and you don't want no excuses. The kid is all over the place, and it's a shame because he is a good little fighter. He got skills, and it's weird that you got all these like ring smarts, but then when it comes to the interviews, you're not showing the same type of smarts. You tripping on your words, having to walk things back, saying things that don't really make sense. Like you just said, Keyshawn's your blood brother. That is not your blood brother, right? And like you're not even a blood brother in the sense of like a half brother, like where you share the same mama, but you got a different daddy. You didn't grow up in the same house. Like I would even consider that. Like I know some people out here, you know, where I know this white girl, and then I know this girl, she was like Cambodian, she was in the foster care, and then the white family adopted her. So since she was a little kid, this family like legally adopted her. That's her legal parents and guardians because she was in the foster system, right? So I would even consider that. Like if Shakur was like Oliver Twist, want some more soup, please? And he was an orphan, and like Keyshawn Davis's family took him in, right? I would even consider that. Like if you say, I don't want to fight him, right? Right? I would understand that. I would be like, all right, cool. Because he was in the foster and your family raised him. But y'all don't have that. Y'all don't have that. So you're better off, like for me, I'm trying to help the youth. I'm not just saying this to complain, but for real, if it comes to something like this and it's in your heart and you feel like under no circumstance will I fight him, you just got to live up to that. And if people don't get it, then they don't get it. But the more you try to explain it, the more ridiculous it be sounding. Because for me, the other issue is this. Y'all keep coming in the same division. Y'all be in the same division and he's saying he's the best and you're saying you're the best. So I think one of the major problems is people don't like that because y'all friendship is getting in the way of establishing a end all be all or a true champion. Like Crawford fought Errol Spence and you see he became the end all be all at welterweight, right? Those were the two guys everybody needed to see fight. So you keep saying I'm the best at lightweight. You're moving up to 40 to fight Teofimo. Keyshawn's moving up to 40. Keyshawn had a belt at 35 against Dennis Baranchenko, a horrible fight. And you had a belt, right? So y'all never unified. And then now you guys are going to be in the same division again. So I feel like that's why people don't get it, because y'all not real biological brothers. And I did pull it up in case anyone, blood brother, right?
Blood brother.
Noun, plural noun, blood brothers, a brother by birth. So Shakur don't know what he's talking about. Keyshawn is not your brother by birth. You don't share any of the same parents, right? Boom. So that's why people don't get it. And it is also funny. Let's talk about Gervonta Tank Davis. Tank Davis used to be your homie too, right? He used to be your friend. And then now you keep calling him out and saying you'll beat him and everyone's going to be so surprised. But you was running to his locker room trying to take a photo op and take a picture with him. And he was your homie too. I don't know what happened, but what makes like, what makes you say all this about Keyshawn? I get it, you guys are still cool, but you're like, oh, if I punch him and it's deadly because we're barbarians and I don't want to end his life and I couldn't live with myself. But then your former homie, Tank Davis, you're not saying nothing. You saying, let me at him. Scrappy dude. Where's he at? I want to fight Tank. Tank. Give me Tank. I'll show you I could beat him. So you used to be cool with Tank and now you just don't care. Like, so the same rules don't apply. Like, you wouldn't feel a type of way if all that stuff you said, oh, if I hit him with a rabbit punch and change his whole career, you don't care if you did that to someone you used to be cool with for a while, as recent as like whatever fight that was where you ran into his locker room. You know what I mean? So again, for me, the more Shakur talk, the worse it get, because he just keep talking and talking and it don't really add up. It don't add up. And I can keep going because I'm the best in the business and it's not even close. Floyd Mayweather was cool with Zab Judah. They fought, they were beefing during the time, right? Which is Shakur's like, I don't want our relationship to change and all that. Bro, when it's wartime, it is what it is. But now Zab Judah and Floyd are cool. They've done Instagram lives together. When Floyd was training for the Conor McGregor fight, Zab was in camp and running with him. They're back cool, right? So Terrence Crawford, you idolize Crawford. You say he's one of the GOATs. You look up to him. You say he's your big brother. Guess what? Terrence Crawford fought Sean Porter and they had the same kind of thing going, but the audience and the fans pressured them because we're like, Sean Porter's the top welterweight. Crawford needs names because he hadn't fought Errol Spence or Canelo or anybody yet, right? And the situation presented itself. They had a conversation and said, I'm going to try my best, you try your best. And guess what? They fought. Sean Porter got knocked out and now they're back cool again. They were like paintballing and fishing. There's been, as Crawford, because Sean Porter retired, but Crawford's career continued and he was fighting Madrimov and Canelo. Sean Porter tap in with him, have him on the podcast. You know what I mean? And it's all cool. It's all back to the brotherhood. They're hanging out. They're doing podcasts together. There ain't no bad blood. So for real, ain't nobody trying to hear that because we've seen it in practice. We've seen it in practice. Zab and Floyd, Sean Porter and Crawford. If I'm not mistaken, Clarissa Shields and Dezern Cruz, they were cool because they came up together pretty much in the amateurs. And now they're about to fight for a second time. But again, this is a business. It's a business. You know what I mean? So that's why you probably shouldn't develop these relationships with people that are exactly in your division, right? Because you have to have a hard conversation that at some point it could come to this where we want to fight. And the other thing that I don't respect, if I'm really like Ether and Shakur, here's the other angle. Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, not now, but they used to be cool. They fought each other 6 times. You sparred and had an infamous sparring with Devin Haney. Y'all were cool, right? Everybody remembers that sparring. So you can't fight Keyshawn, but Ryan fought Devin when they were cool. Devin sparred with you and y'all talk about fighting now and y'all were cool, right? So what's the deal? You dig? And again, like it's no one's telling you to be disrespectful or talk bad about his family if you know his family. It's just a competition. Anthony Joshua got beat up by Usyk 2 times, right? And now he's training. He trained for the Jake Paul fight with Usyk's team. Usyk bought him like a watch or something like that. There's literal videos of Usyk in camp helping Anthony Joshua for the Jake Paul fight. I get it. It's a gentleman's sport. That's why a lot of fans aren't even accepting this whole, we're brothers, we're happy and we're singing and we're color. Give me a high five. All right, cut and beautiful, guys. That's why no one's like really respecting this boundary you trying to set with this whole brotherhood, fellowship of the ring, Lord of the Rings, or whatever you got going on, because it's too finicky. Tank was your man, you want to fight him. Richardson, Hitchens, I thought y'all was cool. You have a fight with it. I could keep going, bro. I could keep going. You won't fight Keyshawn, but you'll fight Devin, even though y'all been cool, right? Y'all are cool. And here's the other thing that people don't respect. People don't respect the fact that when you're an amateur, you're not even getting paid for it, and you don't have a choice. If this muff is in your seed and this is the best person and you're the best person, guess what? You got to lock horns. You got to lock horns. If I'm not mistaken, Andre Ward is cool with Darrell, and in the Olympics, they switched divisions so they didn't have to see each other because they were cool. But I believe Andre Darrell was in the Super 6 tournament, and if it came down to it, they were going to have to fight. Andre Ward was going to have to fight him, right? So anyway, back to the amateurs. If you are you're an amateur, right? You don't have no choice. You got to fight whoever is in that seed, right? You don't have like, oh man, that's my brother. And you look at even basketball. I understand basketball is a team sport, but you got Kobe Bryant. Bro, I hate this generation, bro. I hate it because it's soft. We live in softened times. There's literally an interview, and Shakur mentioned Kobe before about liking his mindset and stuff like that. You're nothing like Kobe, my guy. Kobe's one of my favorite fighters. He's one of the reasons why I do what I do, right? But here's why. LeBron James was talking about in the Olympics when he was on the dream team with Kobe, and Kobe said before the play, he's like, Pau Gasol's over there. I'm running through this muff chest. And LeBron's like, that's your teammate on the Lakers. You get me? He was like, Pau Gasol's your teammate. You're not going to do that. Why would you do that to Pau Gasol, right? Y'all brothers. Y'all are super close, winning rings together and whatnot. Because Pau Gasol, he's Spanish, so he was representing Spain, and Kobe representing the Olympics for the USA. And if you watch the tape, Kobe did exactly what he said he was going to do and knocked Pau Gasol down like a freight train. Boom! It's sport. You think Kobe hated Pau Gasol? No, but in that given moment, he not letting Pau Gasol in Spain come between him getting that gold medal, and he got the gold medal. You see what I'm saying? That is a real competitor to me. Like, you don't let nothing stand in your way, right? If you got goals, he got goals. It don't have to be no love lost. You talking about we'll never be friends and it'll sacrifice our relationship. It don't have to be all that. It really don't have to be all that. It's sport. There's a lot of athletes like Allen Iverson and Kobe. Listen to their interviews. They had to go head up, and Kobe's from Philly. Iverson was playing in Philly, and they were friends. And there'd be times where Iverson, when they don't have a game or whatever, or maybe when they were about to play over the weekend, and he would invite them out and stuff. Go peep the interviews. So for me, I don't really get it. I feel like we live in softened times where like now people don't want to fight because, oh, we're friends. And to me, I feel like that also becomes a cop-out. Like, let's say I'm a heavyweight boxer. So I could be like, man, me and Usyk are besties. Me and Wilder and Anthony Joshua, I'm real good friends with them. Me and Fabio Wardley and Moses Satuma, we are all good friends. So that's like 5 punchers I don't even have to fight because I'm friends with them. You see what I'm saying? So you can't have it both ways. You can't say I'm the best, but then you're saying he's the best. You're saying you're the best, but then y'all won't fight each other, right? Okay, then you can't be the best. You could be a really good fighter. But if you're not willing to make that sacrifice for your career, and then without putting up ridiculous stipulations, give us 500 mil a piece. Nobody's doing that, bro. So you should have just kept that in the camera roll and not said it, not posted it, because that sounded crazy. You know what I mean? And finally, because you know your boy had to get unpacked. The other issue with Shakur is the fact that I feel like he rules out a lot of people for various reasons. And I think fans are catching up to that. I'll fight Conor Benn, Devin Haney, and Ryan Garcia. But even though some of them guys are maybe more popular or champions or whatever, they got to meet my rules and do my catch weight. So that kind of rules it out. Conor Benn, like, you little twerp, you knobhead, or whatever they be saying in the UK, you minge. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing no rehydration clause because you said so. Give me 20 million to do that, right? So you're talking all this crap about fighting Ryan, Devin, or Conor Benn particularly, but then you're setting up obstacles that don't need to be there, that you criticized before in terms of weight stipulations and rehydration clause. Then you can't fight Keyshawn Davis because that's your man's. Then when it comes to Ernesto Tito Mercado, he called you out. He said, get in the ring, I'll slap you, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, who is this guy? I don't know him. He not popular. You're not on my radar. But he's been knocking people out. You said Javier Fortuna, or whatever the dude's name, Javier Hernandez, the Cuban that was trying to replace Schofield, right? And he was like, I know baby. I show you, I know baby. You know baby, right? That dude, the Javier Herrera dude, you said he's too irrelevant, but then you fought the cable guy, right? In Padley. You won't reschedule the Floyd Schofield fight. Abdullah Mason had his toughest fight with Sam Noakes, and you're like, the pup ain't ready, he too green for me, and da-da-da-da. You say you want to fight Tank, but then you're not going to Al Heyman, you're not going to PBC, where he's clearly the A side. You know what I mean? So for me, this is what's hurting Shakur, is the talking, and you're ruling out one way or another a lot of reputable fights, right? Tell, like, somebody go to Shakur's Twitter and say, if you beat Teofimo and you get that belt, fight Gary Antoine Russell. Not Lamont Roach coming off 2 draws, fight Gary Antoine Russell. That would be a good fight. And he'd be like, oh, we're both Olympians and I don't want to fight my brother. Like, come on, bro. You can't have that many brothers in the game. Like, you shouldn't even compete, I feel. If you're going to just rule out all types of credible foes. Floyd Schofield, no, because he said he was poisoned. Abdullah Mason ain't ready. Javier Herrera, he's unknown. O'Shaquie Foster, no. Even though he just beat Fulton, he not big enough. I got bigger fish to fry. Ernesto Tito Mercado, no. Keyshawn's my brother. Terrence Crawford's my brother. Gary Antoine Russell, no. Lamont Roach, you said he will fight him, but then he coming off 2 draws, blah, blah, blah. Ryan, Conor, Devin, but only if they agree to your weight demands that you criticize. Like, the man is all over the place. He is all over the place. Point blank, period. So that's what it is. Let me know how I did in this video. We unpacked. Live streaming can be tough, which is why I use StreamYard. Click the link in the description for StreamYard, which is an awesome tool that enables you to set up your stream with ease of use. Get great results with live streaming. It's what I use. Stream to social media with ease with StreamYard. Live streaming is here to stay. Engage with your audience using StreamYard. Great way to reach out to your audience and connect. So you need a tool that can do that. If you're new to YouTube and you're struggling to get views, one tool I can provide to you is TubeBuddy. I've been on YouTube over 10 years. I use TubeBuddy daily to crank out videos just like this one that you're watching. Learn how the pros do it with TubeBuddy. YouTube receives a lot of traffic, which also means a lot of creators, a lot of people putting out content. So you need to learn the ropes so you know how to separate yourself, especially if you're new, but even if you're a pro, use TubeBuddy. The link is in the description. Get more views, more subscribers, and a higher click-through rate. So ultimately,